All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Houston Texans. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now a play fake here on first down. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 46. And they'll go with the ground attack here. Twisting away. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Houston. A great play there. 31 yards. And the Texans have taken the early lead. We thought that may be a quick strike offense this season. That is lightning quick. Not bad for the first drive of the year.
That has to actually exceed expectations, doesn't it? Because most teams want to be a quick strike offense. They want to score as quickly as possible and run a defense into submission. What they have to understand is while they got it done there, long way to go. Don't get discouraged if you have to run a few more plays on your next drive.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Throwing on first down. Willis. He'll leave it for Hunt. Complete. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. To throw on 2nd down. Willis escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Jadeveon Clowney. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Forced out to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And it's incomplete. Both players had a shot at that one. Neither can get it. And it brings up 4th down. On fourth down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. They go play action here on 1st down. Now he's flushed out left. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Doesn't take any great analysis on my part. It's been pretty obvious. Last couple of plays, these guys have been going in the wrong direction.
Offensive line overwhelmed on those plays. Now, I think it's safe to say going to the air here on 3rd. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Out of the gun, Watson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Cairo Santos, former Chiefs kicker, on for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And that will make our score 9-0. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag. But you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Back to throw. Willis. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. J.J. Watt able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And Charles got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Detroit! 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 All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Willis. And going into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on third.
Watch left. Start right there. Banjo.
Now it's Watson. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. The first update now from a game going on in Cleveland. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get... They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And they'll run it here. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Richmond.
They'll try the air now with Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. On 1st down, Willis. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11.
Detroit! Gun! Hurry up, here we go! 319! Detroit!
Looking to throw. Willis. Dancing to his left. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw. Willis. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. And now out comes Houston. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10, right at the 30. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And they'll go on the ground. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. So on 4th down, here's Ryan Quigley now to kick this one away. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Anxious. Moments there on the fake, but they do get just enough to pick up the first down. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Spinning past him. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
Richmond.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Richmond.
Now they try the right side here. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. He makes a wonderful play there off the corner, protecting his side of the field.
Oh, that reminds me of the great defenses of old, doesn't it? The Pittsburgh Steelers, Steel Curtain. They would not let you get on the field if you could only do one thing. You had to be a complete guy, and you had to be able to tackle.
Now, I know I've said this before, but you know I wasn't alive when the Steel Curtain was playing. I know them, but I just want to let you know I wasn't alive.
I'm going to keep peppering that in there, and one of these days you're going to think that you were.
Richmond. Richmond.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And Quigley now on to punt as he sends this one away. And now here comes Kansas City. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
On 1st and 10, Willis. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. The Chiefs will try and get to the line quickly.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, you were backed up into a 2nd and long, but instead of trying to get the yardage back in chunks, he's trying to get it all back at once. And this defense was just lying in wait, and they're there to pick this one off.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Richmond.
After the interception, here's Watson. Throw left side complete. That's Fuller. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Texans will extend their lead. Now the point after try for Santos. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his second extra point here in the first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Over.
Play clock down to 0. And this is not the way to start a drive. And that'll set them back 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Set. Green 39. Green 39. Over.
Operating from the gun, Willis. And going deep for Hill. And this will be caught at the 30. A big play there for KC. 54 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for the defense. And you and I both know there's no quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun!
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Gun! Detroit! Detroit!
From the gun, Willis. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down. On 2nd and goal, the lone man in the backfield is Hunt. Back to throw again. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. The Chiefs on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Looking to throw. Willis buying time to his left. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
A final shot before break. Willis. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. And we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Detroit! Detroit!
Throwing to start the drive. Willis. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
No.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now Hunt. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Now, after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Throwing on 1st down. Willis. And his pass incomplete. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Green 39. Detroit! Detroit!
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Pass incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
To throw on 3rd down. Willis. Over the middle, complete. That's Gibson. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
Detroit! Detroit!
Back to throw. Willis. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. In for the score. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Hey, you got 3, you got 3. 3 down, 3 down. Richmond. Mike, number 53, Mike 53.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
On first down, Willis. It's caught right side by Daniels. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A nice gain of 21 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. He'll get it up the middle. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Detroit! Over! Now let's go!
Looking to throw. Willis eluding the pressure right. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now they'll run on the draw. And not a whole lot doing there, as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Richmond.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Reset.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Now it's Watson, a bootleg. They shakes him off. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Well, there's a bunch of pressure that time on 3rd down. They nearly got him. Probably should have gotten him, but he's able to escape the pocket. But unfortunately, by then, that play had already broken down.
Here's Ryan Quigley now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. And now here comes Kansas City. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
On 1st and 10, Willis. And going deep for Hill. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 28. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or 2 shy of midfield.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. And they'll run it here. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef, they want to run the football. But that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The Texans on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 11. Here's Watson. Flush to his right. The ball comes out, and this will get out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. So fortunately, they're able to hold on to the possession. Here's Ryan Quigley now, as he's on to punt for Houston. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And now here comes Kansas City. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 33. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now Watson. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A good first down call as the screenplay gets him 9.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason.
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. 3rd time's the charm on the extra point as he gets this one to go. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Flushed out right. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gibson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A very solid gain of 27. They'll run it here with Hunt. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Watch it now, Barney!
Looking to throw on second down. Willis. That's out to Hill. Right side complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That'll put him close to 100 yards receiving. He's at 98, and he's got a first down.
No. Check. Patriot. Gun.
Throwing on first down. Willis finding a safety valve here. That's complete. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll make it a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Here we go now. Green 39. No. Check. Patriot.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So the delay of game penalty backs him up. It's now 2nd and 7.
All right, now, lucky 56.
Operating from the gun. Willis escaping the pressure right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6.
Right, now,
this
56,
is 3rd and 7.
56. Detroit!
Back to throw. Willis. And my goodness, another interception. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 13. And on the ground they go with the running back. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6. 4th quarter, you've got the lead. You have to stay in bounds and run that clock. Coaches, that'll drive them crazy.
Sacrifice a yard or 2 if you have to. Just go down, in bounds, keep that clock going. It's almost like he was caring more about his fantasy stats than it was about winning the game, and that has to drive a coach crazy.
Richmond. Come back.
On 3rd down, Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. The Texans on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Come back, come back.
3rd and long. It's Watson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Oh, a little 360. A nice job on the return there. 16 yards. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And in fact, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 36 yards. On 1st down, Willis. Now they go screen. It's complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. The Chiefs will try and get to the line quickly. To throw on 2nd down, Willis eluding the pressure. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. J.J. Watt in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone. But it's incomplete. It's in the 4th quarter down in Miami. It's now a 2-touchdown lead there for the Dolphins. A win would be their 2nd on the young season. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Now in desperation, and he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And now out comes Houston. 2 timeouts remaining defensively, but that shouldn't make much difference right here.
It really shouldn't, but a lot of coaches look at it similar to baseball with the intentional walk.
Always bringing in other sports.
Always, hey, listen, think about the intentional walk, right? What if one gets past the catcher? What if he uncorks a wild one and now you still have an opportunity? That's why they like to use them all the way through.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Texans, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they go